we've come to Silverstone today to do some cooling tests. I know it seems rather bizarre with the current weather, but we're testing two different options. So all we're interested in is the difference between A and B, not actually how much they cool. So it doesn't really matter to us what the ambient temperature is.
Every single time we drive the car, we really find a big chunk of information, and no matter how much running we do or don't do, it's just a big learning experience. So it's fantastic. The car's looking great again, obviously, and we're making improvements every time. I've always had a massive interest in engineering and all of the kind of things that go into the racing cars behind the scenes. And so for me to be involved with this project from the start, it's been fascinating really, and I've learnt an awful lot, which as well can kind of be taken into my racing.
Well, since we did the world land speed record at Elvington, the car has been apart, and we've checked over all the systems, all the motors have been checked, and we know from the data we collected from Elvington that we were coming here to do some more work on motor cooling. So there are a load of new parts been manufactured to assist the cooling of the motors, and that really is the purpose of the test. We've got about 5 or 6 options that we want to try, so we're just doing back to back between all the options to find out which one we think will be the best. We've done some more work on the traction control, and hence we're running a different downforce level here, so we wanted to get some more wheel spin data. Perfect day for it here with it being wet, and that's proved pretty good. So the driver's got some options to try on the maps, and also we're also doing laps to see how long we can run the car for. We don't mind if it's wet as long as it stays continuously in the same sort of conditions. So you can run in the wet, but unfortunately the second run today, the rain came down a lot harder, and we're getting standing water, and at that point we stopped running because we don't want to risk the car.
Drayson Racing Technologies work really hard on the control systems. So the input from the driver on the throttle is absolutely critical to be able to give a request of throttle and get what get back from the car what you're kind of asking for, if you like. That with this electric car is far more accurate than it ever was with a petrol car. You can ask just exactly how much you want. 1% more torque through the motors, you ask for 1% more throttle, that's exactly what you get at any RPM, at any speed. And from a driver's perspective, that's absolutely perfect. It means that today here in the wet at Silverstone, when traction's really limited, you've got puddles here, there and everywhere, you've got real ultimate control over just exactly what you're asking for. And it kind of makes it a little bit of a different driving experience really. It's quite easy to jump into the car and just have a good feel, and just get going, and you go out there and do the lap times, and it feels great. But it's really not quite as scary as everybody seems to think it might be. We returned here from just before Christmas when we were doing a test. Very similar conditions. In that specification we had full high downforce spec and full power. This time we ran with reduced power and reduced aero, and actually achieved exactly the same lap time, which was really very interesting. It kind of says that's how it should be, on paper, but I think coming here and doing it for ourselves has been quite an interesting exercise. So that again, that's learning, and can set us off in a direction with where we go in the future. Yeah, Silverstone today here in February it's not ideal. I think we missed the weather by just one day. Yesterday wasn't too bad, but no, it's sideways rain and about 2 degrees C outside, so it's not ideal. But we got what we needed to be done today. We came here to do some engineering testing with a few different options on cooling for the motors. We've got all the data that we needed to get, and yeah, it's been a well worthwhile test. It's just, from a driving perspective, it's a little bit hairy at times, but the important thing is that we came here, we got what we needed, and we're going home. The car's still looking nice.